Can you say Trafalgar Law for the win? Can you say 690 of One Piece was epic? This chapter right here, probably one of the best chapters of all of 2012 as far as One Piece goes. It was just so much to it, so much epicness, incredible speeches, action, everything you want out of a One Piece chapter. This chapter, delivered it and gave it in such pristine quality. It was just a phenomenal chapter. I mean, from start to finish, it was just flawless, and it really moved the story along. It just had so much to it that really engaged me, and just like, this is what you want out of One Piece. This is what you need out of One Piece. Chapter starts off, you got Luffy beating the shit out of Caesar to the point where he can't talk. And after this chapter, Caesar kind of is written, to me in my opinion, as a more intelligent and more formidable yet similar character as Foxy. If you remember Foxy was always like, yeah man, you win, and then tricking Luffy, and he tried to do that but it didn't work out. Luffy, he's like, oh man, I'll forgive you, just apologize, and then he tries to do a blast on him and Luffy just beats the shit out of him. I love that beginning. It was so hilarious. Like, there was action to it, but to me personally, I was more so enjoying just the comedy of it. Like, he reminded me of Foxy so much, and I was like, can you take a hit, Caesar? Then we get to Smoker and Vergo, because there was a lot of key points in this chapter. There was really important stuff. Smoker and Vergo going at it, and it's very interesting to note that Vergo was such a skilled fighter that he noticed that there was something off with Smoker's fighting techniques and the way he was fighting. He even says that in the very beginning. We see that. He says, why are you fighting like that? You're allowing me to beat the crap out of you, basically. So that's very interesting to note that Vergo was that deep into it. Like, either he knew Smoker a lot, or he's just that formidable of an opponent that he knew that Smoker was up to something. And I ain't gonna lie, at first I was like, get out of here. Vergo did not just pwn Smoker before my eyes. I was like, you're kidding me, right? And then when I actually see that he basically played him to get Law's heart, I was like, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Because it doesn't mess with the dynamics as far as Smoker's power goes with Luffy. Because every fight we've seen Smoker in, the way they've ended has been tricky. It hasn't really showed Smoker's full potential as far as, like, for example, with this fight. He fought, but he wasn't really fighting at his max because he was just with the agenda of getting the heart. He wasn't trying to beat Vergo. He was trying to get Law's heart. So, and even the fight with Law previously, it was really just Law grabbed his heart, and it was, it wasn't really a fight to the finish. So I kind of like that, because in my opinion, Smoker's going to keep chasing Luffy. He will be the Garp to his Roger. And to see him losing this early in the New World seemed disappointing. But when you look at it, it's really just been, he's been tricked. And in this particular fight, he was basically not really fighting with his all. And I also think it's freaking awesome to see how prideful he is. He does not want to be indebted to a pirate at all. So that's why he got Law's heart to begin with. Like, he is truly, like, if you look at One Piece as a whole, everything is just the previous generation passing down to the next generation, but the next generation taking it to a whole new level. Like, Garp passed down basically his will in a way to Smoker, even though I've never really seen a relationship between the two, but you could just see everything is inherited. Roger to Luffy, just Silver's Rayleigh to Zoro, everything just seems passed down, and I loved that about Smoker. Very honorable. If he ever left the Marines, it would just be devastating, and it would almost feel out of character, because he just seems like such a true Marine, and he really believes in them, and I really appreciate that from the character, to see he sticks by his goals and he doesn't give a shit. That's freaking awesome. But it's kind of funny that Vergo broke a stick up in that ass. He broke his freaking knife stick on Smoker while he was beating his ass. Crazy stuff. And then when Law steps in, at first I'm thinking, well, how's this gonna work? What's gonna go on? And when he's talking to Doflamingo, it is hinted that basically Law either got an ass whipping or got petrified by basically Vergo previously. And I think it was, I want to say 2 years ago, or somewhere close to that, because the way it was approached and everything. And basically, Law was apparently either got his ass whipped or whatever, and Doflamingo's like, you scared of him, you're not gonna fight him, what are you doing? And I'm just thinking to myself, what's gonna happen, what's gonna happen? And then when he basically chops him in half, how'd he do it? How'd he do it? Vergo's body was supposed to be impenetrable by any type of hockey. How did Trafalgar Law do it? I don't know, but so much respect was gained for that character, because even after that, it doesn't end. The epicness did not end. It didn't. We get a speech from him that was just really like, in my opinion, that was one of the best speeches of 2012 that I've seen in One Piece, period. There was not a more valuable speech, because first of all, it starts off saying about Whitebeard, how Whitebeard ended the previous generation. He did it, and I was just thinking to myself, damn. And then he goes on to say that he set the new gears, and Doflamingo was actually keeping the peace. I was just thinking about myself like, Law really just took it to a new level with this, and we get to see a couple panels of some of the people in the New World. You got Hawking's kid, Apu, Big Man. I'm just like, Oda, how you gonna give me a heart attack, Oda? Too epic. I know I sound like a fanboy, but this was definitely like, if I could think of anything else, then maybe it wouldn't. But as of right now, I think this is probably like my favorite chapter of 2012 of One Piece. It was just that goddamn good. Like, Law for the win. Everything about this chapter is just phenomenal. No slow pacing for all the people. No slow pacing, no. It was freaking epic. Nothing to complain about with this one. If there was even a slight bit that you could say, it was probably the one page where Usopp and the kids are running. And to me, that was just whatever. Get to see. You know, as far as the 5 minutes go, because now it went from 8 minutes to 5 minutes, if you know, it keeps counting down. Yeah, you could say it's like Namek, whatever. You know, 5 minutes on Namek equals like 20,000 episodes. But honestly, it didn't take me out the moment. You got Luffy beating up Caesar. Hilarious stuff. You got Smoker versus Vergo, like, just intense and surprising. And then Law, Trafalgar Law, the assassin, the craziest, slashes him in half. The epic chapter. Let me know what you think, though. Favorite moment of this chapter? Was it Luffy beating the shit out of Caesar? Was it Law chopping Vergo in half? Was it Vergo versus Smoker? Was it Law's speech at the end? I'm going to tell you right now, for me personally, it's a toss-up between Law slashing Vergo in half or the speech, because that speech was just epic. That's how you start off. That's how we're in the new world. Punk Hazard for the win. I love this chapter. Again, let me know what you think overall. Are you as hype as me for what's to come? Because Law really set the tables. The tables have been set. ForneverWorld, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up for Trafalgar Law. You gotta give thumbs up for Law. Come on, it's Law. Have an awesome day, people.